What up, everybody? We're live for take two. We had some technical difficulties, but now they're all checked in the green up top. So we weren't streaming all the groups. So we started over, but there, that was a better start off this time, huh, John? How are you today, John?
Technical difficulties. That's the story of the 21st century, I think. How am I today? So let's see. I sat 9 hours through a lead abatement class. I am now certified to remove lead safely from your home and mine. Woo! If that ain't exciting, I don't know what is, brother. I got a raging headache, you know what I mean? But we're here to entertain the community, and damn it, that's what I plan to do, you know?
Right.
That's right. So today we're joined by a couple of our co-hosts. You've seen these guys before. They're coming to hang out. We got Mr. Steve Rademacher making an appearance again. It's been a while, Steve. How have you been, my friend?
Been good. My brother
We haven't
was
seen
in
you
town.
since like the 500.
Well, my brother came to town right after that.
Yeah,
so.
What can you do? Okay, there's your third.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do you do? But we missed you on the panel, man. We missed you. And then we're joined by our inspiring artist who always likes to come hang out, and he's always sketching on something. Mr. Ryan Harris. How are you doing, Ryan?
Doing good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, pretty good.
Steve, are you enjoying a nice cold beer today,
Yeah,
Steve?
not bad. Yeah.
Oh, I'm about ready to grab one. Yes, sir.
All right. Then we got a stream going. You know,
Yeah,
when Steve cracks a beer, we got a stream going. Hey,
I think I'm
speaking of
gonna
a
get one
stream
today.
going, we got some artists today. We got 3 brand new artists that we haven't had on before, so I'm excited about that. You know, we love doing these artist interviews, so we're gonna start right off with the first one here. A couple cards. You guys know I love showing off the cards these guys have done for us. So here we go. Very talented artist. The man's always open to do work. He's just fantastically talented, and we have a lot of fun with him. And that would be Mr. Gregory Tilson right here. How you doing, bud?
I do.
How's your day rolling?
That's going. You know, it's just starting, but it's going.
Whereabouts you at in the country?
I'm in Central Florida.
Oh man, have you guys been getting like crazy hotness down there, like 100-degree plus stuff, or is that?
Yeah, it's been like 107 this week. It's been pretty rough. I stay inside, man. I don't mess with it.
Oh my god, man, I couldn't even imagine. I want no part of any of that.
Yeah. Nah.
So let's see here. Keep bringing in our artist friends here. Our next one of our across the pond artists. This is one of the Ashers. Another Asher. Oh my God, what do you know? Another Asher. And then this is just amazing. One of my favorite comic books that I have, to be quite honest. And I'll never forget when he signed this one. I said, hey man, you got to sign it. And he signed it at the bottom. He said, man, I signed it so big. I said, dude, I love it. It looks great. Mr. Slipper Travas,
what's up, guys?
Brother.
Hey.
You look good. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm living. You know what I'm saying? So
Good. Always good to hear.
Where are you from, Slipper? Our viewers are gonna pick up right away that you're not from the States. The accent gives it away. You know what I mean?
I'm from southeast England, so about 2 hours underneath London. None of you lot are gonna know, but yeah, the bop South England.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I love when we have the English and the Australian guests too, because it's the accent. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have Brent.
Who else out there in Australia? We've got Brent. I swear there's another one.
Oh, there is. He was just on. Dave, who was just on from Australia?
Dan.
Yeah, Dan Liddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I thought we had another one though too, to be quite honest. All right, well, let's keep moving along. I want to get all the artists up in here. So here's some cards. Now I PC this guy, and I'm fortunate to be able to call this one of my friends. But here's some amazing artworks here, and there's my wife's card that goes together for that little set. Freaking beautiful.
Sweet.
My wife collects Beth Death, as you know. I'm Asher. This is one of Lindsay's Beths. I've got stacks of this guy's work. Like I PC this guy, so I'm not going to show you all the cards I got, but I'll tell you what I will show you is his first ever official sketch card. Well, maybe. There it is. Oh, I got a stack of them over here. First one, which he was nice enough to notate for me on the back, Mr. Andy Arts. How you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, doing great. It's only 81 here in Michigan, so I'm pretty lucky, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're at 80 something. It's like
He's just
perfect
shaking his head at
swimming
you.
weather here. You know what I mean? Like one of those days where you go jump in the pool and you're totally comfortable and you might not even catch too bad a sunburn, you know?
Right.
Lucky.
So check this out, everybody that's watching live. As we usually do, we are going to auction off some of the artist stuff live while we're doing the stream. So I'm gonna start right off with Andy because I got him up on the big screen. We're gonna get these auctions rolling right now, so you guys can get some stuff into your collection. So Andy, show us something that you'd like to auction. We'll get it up here. We'll start taking some bids, and then we'll start grinding and getting down to the goods of interviewing you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was going through some things, thinking about, hey, what can I auction off? I don't have a lot of stuff, I'll be honest, but I do have some cool things. For those of you that maybe follow some of the work I do, I do some work for GBK Nation. And when I do work for them, I'm given some artist proof coins. These are not sold. They are given to me only. They're actually test coins just to make sure the colors look right from the factory. And so I'm gonna be putting up a couple of these. So the first one is a Atom Bomb blue glitter 2-piece coin.
Wow.
There was only 10 of these made in this color, and only one of them, which I'm holding right now, was made for me specifically. Now I got a lot of these, so as far as different colorways, but I only have one of the blue glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and auction this one off today. So if anybody wants it, put your bid in.
Brad.
That's what I'm talking about. That's stuff you're not going to find anywhere else. So let's go. Let's start the bid on that. We've already got $30 going on in the comments from our buddy Adam. So let's just start right there, and I'm sure it's going to keep progressing. So let me ask you, Andy. I'm just going to start with you again because you're right up here on the main screen. So let's start this. How did you get into Garbage Pail Kids? What was your road to Garbage Pail Kids? You're an incredibly gifted artist. Your cards are so spot on to the originals. What was your story to get in on this?
Really good question. I think I was in third grade. I was in third grade when one of my friends, my best friend, his name was Brent. We were on the playground and he said, "Hey, I want to show you something." I got these at the gas station in the corner and pulled out his Garbage Pail Kids cards, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked. These are cool. And this was first series, OS1. So the very first thing I did that day is I took every penny I had and I went down to the gas station and I bought a bunch of first OS1 packs. Little did I know that they'd be worth so much now. Otherwise, I would have kept them sealed. But no, I was hooked from day one, honestly. I think what actually made me like them even more is that they were confiscated by my teacher. If you guys remember, for those of you that remember that time back in the 80s, all of a sudden every parent and teacher in the world got real upset that they were being passed around at school. And so I had a whole stack of them that got confiscated by my teacher. I never saw them again. Which is really sad. But no,
They're collecting. They're download collection.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I got back into them about 10 years ago, I think. I got back into them again. And so at this point, I've got OS 1 through 15, full variation sets, you name it. I've got bins of these things. So I love them. I think they're great. I got a shirt.
I love the shirt. I was going to mention that. So when I was young, I'm the same age as you. I collected from the very beginning too, and I'll never forget when first series came out. They were out in stores for a hot minute, right? But then like series 2 and 3 dropped right together, and some of the stores had like all 3 series at once.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't want those pink packs anymore. I need these green packs. You know what I mean? Like those pink packs are old news. And looking back, like who'd have known? Who'd have known? Looking back from where it all started to now, how this was going to blow up,
Yeah.
I love it.
I remember third series being my favorite. I think when OS3 came out, that was when I was really, really into them. And I didn't, I don't think any of us knew those OS1s would be worth so much. Third series, though, is definitely holds a place in my heart for sure. I love third series.
I don't think we knew they'd be worth anything. I had doors, dressers, mirrors, you name it. I had Garbage Pail Kids stuck all over it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, Greg, Mr. Tillotson, good to see you, buddy. Good to meet you face to face. I don't think you and I have ever talked live. We've done business over, over the social networks and stuff, but I've never had a chance to meet you. And I always love meeting everybody. I love your style. You have a very unique style. Your cards are usually pretty easy to pick out. You know what I mean? You can look at it. I compare it to Greg 13 or even GPK Nick, where you can just look at the card and go, "Oh, that's Greg Tillotson." You know what I mean? It's and you have the hardest signature to figure out too. If I could tell you how many times I get this picture right here sent to me saying, "Who is this?" And I said, and I used to know, what's it say? I used to know what it said, and I've forgotten now. But what does it say in there?
Man, it's so all this came about through graffiti, and back in the day, I wrote graffiti for a long time, and in that culture, like there's a lot of names that are used over and over, or like people like will battle and fight over names and all kinds of stupid shit or whatever. So I was like, I would like a name that I don't got to really worry about. So I picked Urine. And so that's what it says. And then ones was that's like the crew that I wrote with.
That's awesome. That's a great story, bro.
So yeah, that's kind of how that came about. So people were like, "What does it say?" And does it say your name? Or nah, it doesn't say my name at all.
Well, people are always like, "I can't make out anything on it. Is it writing? Is it?" And I'm like, "No, I know it's a graffiti tag, and I knew it went back to your old days in graffiti, and I used to know that it said urine." Somebody, it might even been Nick Mugley told me what it said once, and yeah, I get a lot of questions about whose card is this? Who's the artist on this? So what's your GPK story, brother? How did you get to be an official artist? How did you get into? Have you been a lifer as well? You seem like you might be a couple years younger than some of us.
Yeah, I'll be 42. And I got into them in the 80s, same as everybody else, pretty much. Like you said, like my dresser was just plastered. Every time we'd go to the store and my mom would give me the change. If I had enough to buy a couple packs, that was the game. That was the weekly at the grocery store type shit. And so I did that for years. And, I always really gravitated towards the ones that had the more like almost like skateboard or heavy metal imagery, like the Pagan Megan, stuff like that. But yeah, it was always a thing, and I always collected them and kept them around, and I did stop paying attention for a little while, and then probably around 2014 I started kind of seeing them again. I was like, all right, I started checking it all out, and then I was heavily into graffiti at the time, and I was like, all right, well, whatever, I'll submit some art, and I submitted this fucking bullshit, like. It wasn't even like there was no cards in it. There was no Garbage Pail Kids art in it. It was just like a bunch of graffiti art. And they didn't call me back. I never heard back from them. And so I was kind of discouraged, whatever. And it was maybe like a year or something later, out of the blue. I had done some art in a few other states, and I came back, and then in my email was the invite, and it was kind of a unexpected thing, but it was one of those dream come true things. You never expect to do that. As a kid, if you had told me this was going to happen, that I'd have told you you're full of shit.
That's got to be exciting though when you get that email or that snail mail, however it might happen to come to you, and they're like, "Hey, we want you on. Congratulations." That's got to be something you never forget. Did you keep the letter?
It was the email, so but it's still in my email. Yeah, I probably should print that out. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
you know, just saying personally, that's something that I know I would never forget. Not I can't draw 2 stick figures laying down, you know what I mean? So that's not my concern. But yeah, I mean, I love hearing the stories, like some of the guys that have been working on it, and they, you know, like I hounded Tops for so long, and then all of a sudden I got this letter, and boom, I was in. You know, you can see it in your guys' eyes when you talk about. That's why it's my favorite question to ask first, because you can genuinely see the excitement usually in the artist's eyes when they go back and they relive that minute, that moment where they were picked up and brought in, and it's fun to see your guys' reactions when that question comes out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a big moment. You know, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel, in some ways, you know, that what you're doing is validated. That's always nice, you know. And
Listen, what
you're
you guys do is
part of the group.
We love what you guys do. I mean, we have all different artists from all different walks that do all different styles of work, and you're all unique, and you all add something into this conglomerate that really, you know, this is what we love so much. So before I move on to Slipper here, Andy, one more time for anybody that's coming in, show that coin that we're raffling off right now. This is a live raffle going on in the chat right now. What do we got, Andy?
2-piece Atom Bomb glitter coin on the back. I should say this. It does have the Certified Gross logo, and I don't know if you see this here, but it's got the artist proof. Only one of these ever made. I have it right now, but it could be yours if you'd like.
Ooh. And Johnny, I got control over the chat over here, so I'll do the bidding stuff. I'll watch that.
Sweet. If you guys are on Facebook and you plan to make a bid, make sure you put your name in with your bid, because all we see is something that says Facebook user on our end. So you've got to make sure we know who you are. Let's get the bids up here for these artists. All these guys have stuff we're going to be auctioning off during the stream. So here we go. Over to Mr. Slippa. Now,
Slippa, our buddy Cloudy says what's up.
What's up, Cloudy? You good, man?
Yeah, he is. Yes, sir.
So
Right,
Slippa, I think the very first thing I commissioned you was actually the comic, I want to say. I think this was the first thing I got from you. And this is when I first this was a great cover. And I was getting everybody doing comics at the time, and not so much the cards. I was really heavy into the comics. And when that came back to me and you showed me, I was like, psh. I said, all right, I need cards. I need another card. I'm going to send you one of my bags. Like, I mean, that just
cheers for that, man.
So you're in a different situation where you're over in England. Tell us about your Garbage Pail Kids. Did you have them growing up? What year did you come into it? And how did you get into becoming an official artist with us?
Yeah, I'm a young one, man. I was born in '86, so I missed the boom. Like it came out in England as it did by '85. Missed all of that, and some knockoff sort of set called Sloppy Slobs. Has anyone seen these before?
No.
That's what put me on, man. It's the worst artwork. Like it's the worst representation of like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Still awesome.
They came out in Israel as well. Like, this is the card that got me, man. Butthead Fred.
I've never seen these before, Slippa. You're teaching me something I never knew now.
Sloppy Slobs, man. They come out by Merlin. I don't know if they've got anything to do with Tops or what, but yeah, these put me on, man. And way later down the line, I was obsessing about Garbage Pail Kids, getting them where I can, you know. And then 2018, British set dropped. Garbage Gang. That put me right on it. Got hooked. I was sort of swapping sketches with collectors, getting into groups just to get some cards out of it. Yeah, it was well away, man.
So how did you become an artist? How did you get in touch with Tops? What was that process like for you?
Yeah, I started out doing sketches for collectors, trading, and then I started swapping with the actual artists, being friends with them, and yeah, just sort of working my way up, learning as I go, you know. And put an email or 2 or 3 or 4 through, and yeah, we all got the invite. The Goonies for a food fight set.
Yeah, all the Goonies. We're gonna have a Goonies specific. We're trying to put an episode together with all you guys to have you guys all in one place at one time, because we thought that'd actually be a lot of fun. something Mr.
Yeah,
Andy
sounds
Arts is familiar with too over here. He's one of your fellow goons or goonies or whatever you want to say, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No,
Is it-
we all got invited to the food fight set, and we decided to just make a Facebook chat between ourselves, and it's been going ever since. And I mean, it's what, 3 years later, I think. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
man.
And we got a fellow
Yeah,
Goonie in the chat right now. Let's shout out our freaking regular Bobby B. What's up, brother? How you
Yeah,
doing?
what's up, Bobby?
Crazy talented Bobby B. Hey, do any of you guys
It
have a
looks
good
like-
question to go into that? Do any? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it looks like Retro Hero says he has some paper packs of those sloppy slobs.
I don't doubt
Oh,
it.
that's
He's
awesome. That's super.
He has
cool.
everything, but that's
Yeah.
really cool.
So Andy, do
That's
you
terrible.
do anything besides like paperwork? Do you do anything besides cards? And so like Bobby B, for instance, does his sculpting. Do you do any other mediums besides? Do you dabble in anything else?
Yeah, I mean, my main sketch work is all done in markers and inks. But as of last year, I started getting back into painting again, which is something I did all through college and high school. So I actually have something to show you guys, which is for the vacation set. It was delayed so long. You guys know that thing got delayed over and over and over again.
I
So I
pre-ordered
had
it, I
I
know.
had a triptych sitting around, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take my time on this thing and try something new. So I actually did a acrylic triptych of Adam.
Oh, oh.
Oh, oh my God! Don't stop
Yeah.
it, man.
Nice.
I
I've
spent a
seen
lot
that
of
card.
time on this thing.
I've seen that card before, and I've had the same reaction. You also do cards like this one here. Let's see here. There's another one right here. I got a few of these ones that have the 24 karat gold leaf inlay.
Yeah, I tried that as an experiment too. I didn't know if it was going to work, to be honest. I had no clue. I was like, we'll just try it out and see what happens.
There's another
Turns
one.
out, looks pretty cool, I think. So that's actually on the border of this. I don't know if you can see it too much, but there's gold on the corners.
But that is real 24 karat gold, right? That's not like gold colored marker. That's not.
No,
These are actual 24 karat gold cards right there.
yeah, it's a process. It's not easy to do, and I'll be honest, it's really risky because you can mess it up really bad pretty quick. I messed up a couple cards doing it when I was learning, but I've gotten it down pretty much. So I can do it pretty easy now, but it does take time, and it's not cheap. It's pretty expensive. So usually, if somebody requests that on a return, I got to charge a little bit more for it. But I love doing it. It's great.
I think I have every medium from you. I think I got like watercolor. I've got color pencil. I've got marker. I've got like hybrids that are, and like I said, guys, I collect Andy Arts' work. He's known this for quite some time. He's a family favorite of ours. So this was a neat card too. I love the story when you told me about the Hot Scott.
Yeah.
What was this? You started it off and it was black and white, right? And you hated it.
Yeah,
And then
hated
you
it.
put neon color into it, and you hated it.
Yeah.
So then you colored it a third time, which was the regular color like this, and
Yeah.
you were like, and it came out acceptable.
Yeah,
Which-
I mean,
which- It's
listen, that
Well, it looks like a damn masterpiece.
Yo, I'm gonna throw myself up here quick because you guys got to see this. When he told me the story, I laughed so hard because he told me about how much he hated this card.
He looks like he's got boobs.
yeah,
Yeah, it does.
Now that
It's
you bring it in.
But what the camera doesn't show is if you look close enough, you can actually see all the layers, like how it started black and white. You can see how he put in some neon, and then you can see where he colored over the regular color right over the neon.
yeah.
And for that reason, this one right here is one of my favorites. And I also own, this was Andy's first black and white card, was it not, Andy? I believe
That
you
was-
told me.
Yeah, that was the one. I actually started doing that as just a normal sketch, and I thought, I'll shade it in a little bit, and then I just got it kind of out of control. And it's actually one of my styles now that I do. I like to mix it up. I don't like to stay with just one style. So, it's got to be interesting for me too. I always like a challenge. I'm working on one right now that's kind of similar in that style. So,
I like the Valentine set too. You did mostly in the pink red shades. I thought that was really neat too.
yeah, those are fun to do.
All right, so let's bring over one of our other guys, Mr. Greg. Let me get you on the big screen here, my friend.
Should we start counting down this coin?
Adam
Oh,
just
Greg.
came in at 130 on that.
Okay. I just saw that right now.
So, Greg, do you work in anything besides? What's your favorite medium to work with, as far as doing like the sketches and the paperwork? But also, do you work in anything else? Do you do clay work? Do you still do your street art, your graffiti work?
No, I don't do graffiti art anymore. Man, I'm too old to go to jail, dude. So,
Well, a lot of places have kind of decriminalized it as such, as long as it's not profane. And I mean, I see some beautiful graffiti work in some places.
I mean, I still practice the art, but I just don't, I don't like go out and write anymore. But I tattoo for a living now, and I was shopping DeLand, Florida, and I mean, I do a lot of that. That's most of my time, and then I do like do a lot of watercolor, weird stuff like this, little paintings.
Oh, that's cool.
Just random flash type stuff. Yeah, I spend most of my time either tattooing or watercoloring. The watercoloring is more of a relaxing type thing. I enjoy it.
Really?
Awesome.
I don't think I'm trying to. Oh, yeah, I guess.
The
This
last
is
set,
watercolor, right? This is ink, is it not?
let's see, yeah, the last set, not the one we're doing now or finishing now, but the one before, I did that one in mostly watercolor. Like I know all my shape sketches are black and white, black and gray watercolor, and then I seal everything with a clear lacquer.
That was the one you guys had a crazy tight time frame on, though, wasn't it? And then they decided not to release it for like a year.
Yeah, then they didn't release it for like a year and a half or something. It was a long time. I don't even remember. I forgot about it until they released it. Actually, it was that long.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any pre-orders or anything, so I had nothing to remember. But luckily, because I would have been upset. That took a long time.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, how about you, Slippa? What's your? Let me get you over here. Sometimes these don't like to grab when I pull them over to the main screen. I can't move you. There we go. There we go. So what's your favorite medium to work in? And do you work with anything besides, paper cards, stuff like that? Why can I not put Slippa on the main screen?
You want me to do it?
Can you hear me though?
I can control them.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, Greg, I've got one of your pieces here, man. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Bristol board, man. I love sketching on that stuff.
There we go. Now we got you.
I'm easy with it, really. Yeah, some cardstock bleeds and that, but I'll work with it. Work with what I got,
Right. Okay, let me see here. Do you want to start a countdown on the coin there, Dave? And we can get somebody
else. Mr. Adam Marks. Let's go.
If anybody wants in on the coin, the artist proof coin, Andy, one more time, show it up in case somebody just came in. This is what's for auction right now. This is an artist proof. It's also beautiful. I love that blue sparkle, man. That blue sparkle is nice.
You're a collector of these. This is the only way you're going to get them.
That's cool.
So this is the only way you'll get this if you're a collector, is buying it off you, right?
Yeah. And it's got the, it's officially merchandise, so it's real.
So here's a question for everybody. Who here is working on the Garbage Chute Droid set? Let's shout out our boy Adam, because Adam knows we love him here. So I know, Andy, you do some sketches for the set. What do you think of that? You can be honest. Adam doesn't watch our cast, so you can tell us what you really think about him. You know what I mean?
I love Garbage Chute Droids. I just wish I had more time. I mean, it seems like every time I get caught up on doing a GPK set, I get reached out with other stuff. It's a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong. I love Garbage Chute Droids. I think it's great.
Yeah, we're fans of the set. I told him I hate Star Wars, and I've lost
grow his roster too. We're helping him grow that roster.
That's just it. So now I want to know, Greg, are you working on Garbage Chute Droids? And if not, why not? People want to know.
Hey, John, I said.
I mean, I think I was asked a long time ago, and I was in the middle of doing a bunch of stuff, and I remember being like, nah, I can't really get with it right now or whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it in the future for sure.
I'm just saying, if you got Adam's always looking for artists, and if you guys want to get in on a fun project, all the artists that work with Adam all tell me what a wonderful guy he is to work with and how much fun they have on the set. And the thing I love about Adam is you don't have to be that one artist that does all the final artworks that gets all your art into the set. You know, he takes your guys' cards and he puts them into the set. Everybody gets a chance to have their cards seen and get out there. You're not just a sketch artist with him kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
definitely.
John, I'm gonna answer this question. This is John Rademacher, Steve's cooler brother.
Yeah, my brother's in here. Hey, John.
And he wants to know who did the GPK set that was out yesterday with Kevin Smith. I believe it was Engstrom and Gross, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Engstrom
yeah.
and Gross did, I believe, all the artworks for that complete set. The art was nice on that set, though. But again, and nothing, I love David Gross, don't get me wrong at all. But, you know, a lot of the sketch artists are simply that with the Garbage Pail Kids. It's sketch art. You know what I mean? So I like how that Adam puts everybody's works into the regular sets. How about you, Slippa? Have you ever talked to Adam? Are you familiar with Garbage Chute Droids?
I'm familiar with it. I can't even remember if I've been invited or not, man. But yeah, I haven't been on there yet.
Well, listen, I will share your artwork with Adam because I am sure he would love to pop a few sketch cards from you into that set too, brother. I mean, that's going to draw some people, you know.
Cool with me, man. I'm easy with that.
We're gonna call it at 1:30. 1:30.
130 on the coin. Is that okay? We do okay, Andy?
Yeah, it's great. You know what's funny is I told Adam, I said I'm not selling anymore, and here I am.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta come out of the woodwork for the live stream. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think Greg, you had something that we're gonna throw up. Let's pull you onto here and let's see what you've got to pawn off to our fantastic community. Hold on here. There we go.
Got some unofficial blanks, you know. Oh, how we go? This way. There we go.
How's about we do this? Let's do it like this, Greg, if you don't mind. Let's do it with an unofficial sketch, and we'll start the bid at $35. If the bidding passes $150, how's about we make it an official?
That sounds great. I'm with
Does that
that.
sound good?
Yeah.
So that's how we're running this, guys. If we're gonna start with an unofficial sketch card at $35, Ryan's already in at $35. If the bidding surpasses $150 on this card, Greg will upgrade it to an official Garbage Pail sketch card. It won't be a personal stock; it'll be an official card. So, with that being said, let's get some bids in there because, I mean.
Wow.
Greg's work's amazing. Let's see a little bit more of this. I gotta go through.
No, there's 150 up above with Retro Hero.
There we go. Retro Heroes already turned it into an official. So
All right.
listen, I told you guys in the green room, our community loves these streams. They love what you guys do. Here's some of Greg's work, you guys. What you're
And if
paying
you guys
for?
haven't checked out Retro Hero, he's got a great YouTube channel.
Oh my
Awesome
God,
stuff,
yeah.
awesome content. Definitely go check him out.
This will be
Yeah.
worth your
Yeah,
bucks.
it is.
So another question I always like to ask, and I'll start right off with you, Greg. Who's your favorite character to draw? Who do you like? When somebody gets you for a commission, it's like, I want X character. You're like, yes, let's do it.
Any of the characters with skulls.
Boney Tony. We got some Boney Tony.
Boney Tony's good. I like Beth Death is fun. You know, like anything with where I can draw skulls, I'm pretty cool with that. I enjoy that. Those are always fun.
Yo, I need to get a Beth from you for my wife. Her Beth Battalion actually
I'd love to.
needs. I was looking. Oh no, I do have one, but this one was a pack pull, I do believe.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to have you make one special for my love, the love of my life.
We're at
Awesome.
160 from Zach Hitchcock.
All right, here we go. Official sketch
Sweet,
card
sweet.
by Greg Tilson on the line right now, live auction, guys. So, Slippa, who's your favorite character to draw, brother?
No, it's a draw. Ah, man. I love Def Jeff, man, out of all of them. But I don't know if he's my favorite to draw, you know?
Really?
Mad
You know
stuff
what's funny?
exploding, the gory stuff.
I have a lot of friends from overseas that really dig that character from France, particularly. Ermsy's a big fan of that character. I do a lot of trading. with
Iconic,
him.
man.
Yeah, I do a
The
lot of
French
trading
love
with
that
him.
exploring Norman one, don't they, man? He's
Right.
their atom bomb.
Yeah.
That's your guys' atom bomb, right? Is exploring Norman.
Yeah, that's it, man. But yeah, Def Jeff's my guy, and second place Dissect Ed. But I don't really draw much, you know. I usually do a pano, like for the officials, but that's about it.
Do you like doing the panos and the triptychs? Are they easier to do? Are they harder to do than a regular card? You know, I know it's got to be more work, but are they more
Yeah,
as well?
It's a tough one to call. I like drawing bigger scale, but you got these sort of like speed bumps on the creases of these panos and triples. They're a bastard, man.
Oh, I bet.
This comic right here. You guys didn't see this slip
Other than
in
that,
piece.
they're
I'm gonna
cool.
pull this one back in again because this comic's too much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like drawing comics. Like, yeah, the big scale. I used to
That's
write
great.
graffiti as well. Like, yeah, it works.
You know, one of my favorite things about this is just the way you signed your name, bro. Not even gonna lie.
Unapologetically.
I just love it. That comic in general, it just makes me smile. I've got, I think, 34 comic covers now, and this is one that genuinely makes me smile all the time.
That's awesome.
So this guy here, I'm still trying to hit up to do a very special comic for me. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Mr. Andy. One of these days, we're going to have to make that happen. Who's your favorite character to draw, brother? I don't think I've ever asked you this.
Really good question. You know what's funny is I remember talking to Jeff Cox, who's another official artist.
He's been on. He was on last week.
Yeah, really early on, him and I were collaborating on how I could get into doing official sketch work. And he said, "I'm going to tell you one thing: you're going to get real tired of drawing Atom Bomb." I actually really like it. I like it a lot. I did for a hot minute. I kind of got old for a little bit, but I'm getting back into him. It's always a challenge. It's fun to mix it up a little bit. I've drawn Atom Bomb hands down more than any other GPK. I like drawing Atom. I really do. So he's probably my favorite right now, which is weird.
I hate the Atom Bomb overlay. I tried to make a petition going last week that any of you artists that somebody asks you for an Atom Bomb commission, unless it's like, you know, Adam Goldberg or one of the Adams in the group that you know collects their namesake, their Atom Bomb cards, there ought to be a 25% Atom Bomb tax on every one of your commissions. You know,
all the artists,
No, 50%.
You know what it is. You know why they want the card. There's some people that genuinely collect, but there's other people who are just like, well, when I sell it, that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm going to get that money.
True.
And
Yeah.
it's
If
none
there's
of
a
my
fan that
business.
reaches out to me and says they want Atom Bomb, and I haven't ever heard of this person before, I'm 99% sure they're just going to try to flip it. Which, you know, hey, whatever, that's fine.
My price just went up
Benefits
$75.
elsewhere or not, but you know, most of the cases, that's what happens.
We're up to $180 now on the Greg Tilson official Garbage Pail Kids sketch card commission. So if anybody wants in on that, we are still doing that. So jump in, grab it. What series stock's that going to be on, Greg? Just in case they want to know.
I'm not sure what series it's. It's the
Food Fight.
Food fight.
Or I have a couple stocks. They can, I can give them a choice if they don't.
Don't
really
show
want
any of
to.
the new ones, please. That's all we ask.
Yeah, don't
no.
show the new cards.
I will not be showing those.
We had an artist that was overly excited. He was a new guy. He didn't understand how Topps works, and he tried to show the cards. We're like, no, stop,
Yeah.
stop.
No, I will not. I'll be keeping those under wrap for sure.
He didn't understand why we were so upset. We're like, bro, we're doing you a favor. You know what I mean? Like, don't show the new cards. Jesus, don't do that to yourself. So who makes you cringe then? When somebody's like, listen, draw me X character, and you're like, oh, son of a bitch, do I really got to? Because I don't need to feed my family that bad. You know what I mean? Who do you hate drawing?
Man, that okay. That's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
Man, some of the ones that have like wonkier lines, like some of the ones that are maybe ill proportioned, or I don't know, like Kurt. That one isn't really one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few I can't think of off the head, but yeah, definitely there's a few when I get them, I'm like, man, that's like not the funnest. I'm not really into that, but there's very few. Almost every one I really enjoy doing. So.
Do you like more color? Like when somebody gets a character, for instance, it's got, like a ton of crazy color going on, or do you like it just to pretty much stay basic and, pretty easy color.
Honestly, I'd love to do black and grays more. I think they stand out a lot, and they have a different vibe to them. But most people want color. They want a lot of color. So
the black and white with the shading is much harder than people think too. They don't give you guys enough credit when you try to do the gray shade scale, the black and white with gray shade. That's difficult to do for sure. You know what I mean? And I love it. I love seeing those personally, and yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Like when I first, started getting sketches, when I started collecting them, most of them were sketches. They, back then, you remember a lot of them weren't like, full on pieces of art. They were like quick pencil sketches or maybe quick pen sketches. Yep. And I always gravitated towards the pencil sketch ones. I liked those a lot better. But everyone's got their own vibe,
I brought that up in the stream before that I jumped out for a while from the collection, and when I was collecting, I have complete sets of the All New Series 4. Artists did like a set, 7-8 base characters. I've got all of them, right? And then I came back 12 years later and I saw these final artworks. I saw shit like this.
Yeah.
And, shit like this. And I was like, what? That's not a sketch card, bro. That's a final artwork. You know what I mean? And that I was instantly back in. So do you remember what your favorite card that you ever sketched was?
I do actually. I don't have a photo. I just put it up on my Instagram actually yesterday. It was an AP I did for somebody, and it's Adam, Nasty Nick, and Beth Death in a graveyard. And I like the style of it. It's probably my favorite one I've done.
That's awesome.
Aside from the previous set that I did for Topps, like I said, all the shaped inserts were done in black and gray, and I really liked those. I felt like those came out really good.
That's awesome. All right, Mr. Andy Arts, who do you hate drawing, bro? You've got to have somebody that you just dislike, or a character, or even a genre kind of thing that you just don't like doing.
Yeah. And this is going to be controversial. I know it. I hate drawing Nasty Nick. I hate drawing Nasty Nick. The proportions are weird. His face never turns out right. I give mad respect to John Town for doing that one because I love that card. Don't get me wrong. Drawing it is not fun. All the different colors in Barbie's dress, it's a tough one. It really, really is. There's some that I start out doing and I can bang them out real quick, and for some reason that one trips me up. I got to redraw it just to make it look good. So
see, being an outsider, not with zero artistic skill, I would look at that card and be like, oh, he seems pretty basic, you know what I mean? Round head, simple body, Barbie doll, to me looking in, I'm like, yeah, why not, right? But really, one of the more difficult, huh?
For me, it is, yeah. I don't know what it is. It's the stance. It's just the perspective is kind of weird. I think Greg was talking about earlier about her Kurt. There's some cards out there that are they're just weird lines, just strange.
Yeah.
It's some of them really can get you.
Bobby B said the same thing. He said Nick's not easy to do. Wow, see, I never would have known that. This is the inside scoop you get here alone. You
heard it here first.
Lots of leaks, lots of inside scoops.
So Andy, do you know what your favorite card ever to draw was, and do I own it?
You do own it.
Of course I do.
I'm not just saying that. I really mean it.
Which one?
It's the Beth Death where she's looking straight ahead.
My
You're
wife
not getting that back. That's
card. My wife loves. I'll pull this up. My wife, look, she just came over to see what I was talking about. Just went and walked away. Hold on, this card is something else. Look at this.
I really like that.
That is awesome. I like that.
Wow.
When I finished that one, I was like, man, do I want to keep this?
No, if it was for anybody else on the planet, I would understand that. However, I think that my Andy Arts collection should have your favorite card in it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I love that one.
It's gorgeous. That's his favorite? Yeah, this was Andy's favorite to draw ever. My wife just came through with a big old smile.
There you go.
We're gonna call this sketch card at 180. I've been having it up here at twice for a while, so we're going sold 180 to Zach.
Boom, $180 for Greg
Nice.
Tilson official.
Appreciate that.
I bet
Hey,
you want
guys,
an atom bomb.
Spiel, that-
Artist,
That's for
Adam,
nasty Nick.
Thank you.
So
If-
we
if
will
you-
get you in contact with him afterwards, Zach, if you
Yep.
don't already.
Awesome.
artists or buyers, if you need to get in touch with each other after the stream for payment and delivery, get in touch with Dave Rye. We're happy to hook you guys up with each other and get this whole ball rolling. So, Slipper, while I got you up here, you're next up for the auction block here. What are we going to sell today, brother?
I don't know, man. I've got picks. I've got 2 final pieces for some old fan sets, if you're interested, or some Rappers Delight sets. I've got Series 4.
Throw those up.
Garbage Pail Kids artists on them.
Let's
If you
start
like
with
the
the
hip-hop
Rappers
style.
Delight sets. What do you
I'm
got
betting
for
on
sets?
those.
Say that again.
Let's start with the Rappers Delight stuff. Hold on one second. I'm going to scold my children.
Keep
Right,
yelling.
I've got Series 4 and 5 of either variation. They usually retail about like $30.
Noah, come here.
I'm happy to start low.
All right, so let's do this. We're going to go with all 4 sets, Slipper. Do you want to put them all 4 together as one?
No, let's go 2 because these are variations. So like
Okay.
we got Series 4 and 5 here, and you can pick either variation.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can't line these up right. Yeah, loads of Garbage Pail Kids artists on these, all hip hop style. Break some out.
All right, so 2 sets of Rappers Delight cards is what's going on right now. Direct
Yes,
from the man. There are a lot of artists on here. I've seen some of your artworks from these, and they're a lot.
Dane Garvey, a bad boy right there. Ad Rock.
Oh, 80 rock. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, these are fun.
Hell
Guy
yeah.
Holzer.
I love seeing
Oh.
you guys that do your
Guy does one of
Green.
my favorite shoot droid cards.
More Ad Rock. Jeff Cox. Becky
Slipper,
Sharp.
Slipper, we got somebody that wants to know if you'll autograph the cards.
Oh, of course. But
There you
like,
go.
I didn't do all the artwork. I'll happily autograph them, but I'll at least autograph my own cards.
That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
whatever you want, man. No problem.
Fantastic.
Yeah, these are a mean set, man. About 30 cards, 28 to 30 cards per set. All in a cassette case.
All right, we're up to $50 on the 2 sets of cards at the moment. So, Slipper, do you have anybody that you despise drawing? Do you have anybody that you're just like, you know what? I don't like drawing that character, man.
At first, I want to say Dead Ted. I look at it and it's like, fuck, like, it doesn't quite work out like a normal Garbage Pail Kid, you know?
Mhm.
But as I get drawing it and start filling in and stuff, I sort of go off the beaten track a bit more and have fun with it in the end. I go in hating it, and yeah, I come out surprised, you know?
I can see Dead Ted being tough. I've always thought that when I see him because he's got that weird shadow that's on him, and then he's got the worms, and
It goes against the grain.
certain decay on him that's shown through, and that's one that I've always picked out. Is I would think if I had any skill, that'd be tough for me, you know.
Yeah, that one's tough.
That Roy Bot as well. That's a bastard to draw.
Oh,
Really?
my
See,
God.
that's one that I
Oh
would
man, it sucks.
look simplistic.
Yeah.
What about Have a Nice Day? Is that one a good one to do?
I've not drawn that one yet, man.
Good. You're
No,
gonna
I'm
do
not
it for
tried
me.
that.
I'm hitting you up.
I don't think I've done that one either, actually.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. My army's gonna grow.
Man.
Stuff Steven. Come on, Stuff Steven.
Everybody's now just trying to grow their collections. Yo, let me hit up these artists
Yeah, I've
real
tried that
quick.
one.
So do you know what your favorite card that you ever draw, or your favorite comic, or your favorite work that you've got out there?
That's a tough one. I did a triptych for TJ Wags. Is my only triptych I've ever sketched. It was like a food fight one. I changed all the characters up. I ain't got it to show you, but it's pretty mean. It's
I love
not,
hearing about your guys.
not an official Garbage Pail Kids, but I was pretty proud of that.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Kind of
I've seen those records, man, looking good.
Cheers, man. It's got a flip on it too.
Oh, that's tight.
That's awesome.
They came out for a record company. I'm pretty chuffed with that. Yeah, man. Yeah, any commission I do, I try hard on it, you know?
Mhm. Hey, so I might as well throw this out here right now. Are you open for commissions? Do you have either blank official stock or blank
Dude.
personal stock that you could
I've been
do?
hoarding. Yeah, I've got plenty of stock, man. Plenty official.
Oh, listen, you guys, if you don't have a Slipper in your collection too, I'm telling you right now, hit
I'll
Slipper.
tell you what.
up.
Anyone on this show that wants a commission, like official, 180, I'll post it tracked from UK. Yeah, if anyone wants one, I've got most like sets,
Yeah,
all different shapes and stuff. Yeah, just take me up.
I'm not
Usually
kidding you
people are
guys.
charging around 200. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
it's
you
good.
you
Good
guys
deal.
will not be disappointed with Slippa's work. I'm not gonna lie. When I first hit you up for the cover, the very first time, I was like, all right, I saw a couple things here and there, you know, and I was just back into the scene again, and I was like, I'll hit this guy up. He seems pretty cool. I chatted with you for a little bit, and man, I saw the book, and that was it. I think as soon as you had the book, I was like, I'm gonna send you a blank. I need to get another Freddie commissioned on an official. I need like definitely good stuff, man.
Yeah,
So-
I appreciate that, man. It's good that you keep them too, man. Not just
Oh,
like flipping out Adam bombs.
So here's the thing with me. I have 136 Slasher Asher sketches now. I sold one in my entire life. I've sold one, and here's the sad story. I'm still mad about it. It was done specifically for me by a very dear friend, Jay Lynch, and it was a black and white. Yes. And when my son was born, my wife and I were about to have the electric shut off, and we were hungry. And I sold my Slasher Asher, Jay Lynch. I sold it to, I believe, Jeremy has it. Jeremy Fanders has it. He was Skinny Indie back then. And I've seen it in his collection since. I keep a picture of it on my phone still, because that's the one card that I'm like, if I could ever, I've tried to buy it back. I offered like $1,200 for it once. I want that card back so bad I can taste it. You know what I mean?
I hope you get it, man.
Jay was a dear friend of mine, and he made that card specifically for me, and I felt horrible when I sold it, and I'll
Need
cry.
must, man.
I'm not even
I
lying.
understand.
It's the one that got away, but you'll never see, unless I'm liquidating and my wife and I decide we're selling out and buying our island, you'll never see one of these. If you ever see me selling an Andy Arts at all, that'll be real rare. But if it's an Asher or a Beth, I don't part with them. I don't part with any of them. I keep them forever. My wife keeps hers forever. So
They got into the grave.
they are. My kids will have to figure out how to parse those off. So Andy, are you open for any kind of commissions? Do you have either personal? I know you're very busy, and I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot. If you're not, that's totally fine. But I'd like people to know if you are.
So right now I'm working on the next GPK set. I think we're all getting close to wrapping up on that one. So that's keeping me real busy. I've got another project in the works beyond that with Collectibles Nation, which I'm excited to do. I can definitely throw out there an unofficial. I can whip one out for sure. So if you want to put one up, I'll do it on unofficial. It's on just blank stock, but it's really good stock.
Oh, not even a raffle. I'm not going to make you do that. I was just wondering if they wanted to
God.
reach out to you and do something. You know what I mean? Like, would that be an option to them at the moment? How did you get in with GPK Nation? I'd like to hear that story because there's only a few of you guys that work with them. I'm not going to lie. I never bullshit on here. I've heard mixed things about, you know, a lot of stuff, you know, is it whether it's the product or the people or whatever, but I hear a lot of positive, and I'm just curious how you came into to be working with the GPK Nation guys and with the coins and stuff.
Yeah, I was actually a really funny story when I first started doing sketch work for myself. I was selling sketches for $15. I mean, I was thrilled to sell a sketch that somebody even wanted to buy one. And one of the first people that supported me was Adam Goldberg. He reached out to me. I was on vacation. I think I was skiing somewhere, and all of a sudden I got a messenger from Adam Goldberg, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And yeah,
I love the frog.
Yeah, and so he I think he wanted 4 sketches, and he paid me for 4 sketches. And so Adam, if you don't know, is part of GPK Nation or Collectibles Nation. And so Adam hit me up one day and he was like, "Hey, I want you to do some artwork, send me some ideas." And I've worked with Lewis and Adam both on that stuff. And I think I'm the only artist that has done work for them that isn't a final artist for Topps for one of the sets. So that's some bragging rights. I'm really happy about that. Just some inside knowledge. Apparently, that's kind of a sore subject. I guess Topps doesn't love the fact that I'm not a final artist. But
bro, it's your work. It's not for lack of talent. I didn't show this one well enough, and I'm going to pull it up to the big screen. This is my Asher that Andy did for me.
Yeah, I love doing that one. That was fun.
This card, I love that you did it. This card right here is amazing. I mean, you not being a final artist is by no means from lack of talent. You know what I mean? Like, your work is amazing. This one here, I laugh about this, and I've always wanted to ask you this, and I didn't want to offend you, so I'm going to ask you here so you can't get offended live. So I love this card. It's one of my absolute favorites, but did you forget to ink in his other eye?
Probably.
See right there, like there should be like his eye should be closed, but it's just like it was just kind of wiped straight off of his face.
Yeah, right? I probably forgot. It happens.
It's beautiful. Hey, listen, it doesn't ruin it for me or nothing like that. I'm just saying. I noticed it.
Non-red 65 going twice on that wrapper set. If he wants to show it one more time before we call it.
Cool.
Where's Sal when you need him?
Right. He was saying something about that.
Yeah,
he was asking for the hip hop 50th anniversary hip hop cards.
Yeah, he was looking for some the other day.
He's at work.
We just raffled off one of your cards. You got more? Are you open for commissions? Do you have time to take commissions if somebody's interested?
Yeah. I won't be able to start any commissions for about a week. I got probably 5 more days worth of cards to do for the upcoming set. After that, yeah, I mean, I do commissions year round, so I'll always open for that.
You're another one. I love the group we got because your guys' artworks are very unique to you. It's not like you can look at it and be like, oh, that could be theirs or theirs kind of thing. You know what I mean? And well, at least to me, I've done the sketch card game for a minute, so it's really fun for me to meet all you guys in person and to put a face with the style, I guess, if it will, So let's bring this guy over here real quick because he is our resident artist. He's our very good friend, Bobby. How you doing, Bobby?
Yo. Good, thanks.
Hey, are you open for commissions, brother? People love your work, and I know that people have been getting some cards from you lately, and they've just been raving about them. So
I'm open. I'll have to double check what cards I've got available. I've got plenty for the new set, but obviously that's not something I can send out until it's released. I do have other cards, but some of them are from online releases, and I'd want to let someone know what it is they're getting before they put out for it. But I know I've got a couple from Vacation still. Don't know what I've got. I don't think I've got any from Food Fight. I think I've used all those ones up. Got a couple of shape cards. I know I've definitely got a couple of trash cans and a book shape still from Shapes, but I'll have to double check. I think I've definitely taken on commissions, though, especially on personal stock. I've got plenty of that.
All right. You got anything you want to sell today, brother? We'll throw something up if you want.
I mean, I've got stuff to show off. Whether or not it will sell is another story, but I haven't got a video making this either, so I'll show it off.
You should deal. You should probably deal or no deal that, or talk to tech or something on that, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that would if they're not in here on the stream, like, I'd hate for you to lose out on what would be a pretty amazing sale on that.
Like an actual giant fan getting a chance.
Right. Or actual deep.
You guys got to understand too. Like, I own some of his pieces, and when you get them, they're like, the picture doesn't do justice. Like, you get them in person, you're like, holy shit, look at this. Oh, my box, Bobby, I love it. It's full again, by the way. But yeah, that thing is just incredible. And the gentleman who won one in that raffle race we had today, or whatever, he's ecstatic about the one he's about to win. He took that. Whatever, the one with the puzzle, like the marble face.
Tilted Milton, I think his name is.
That's the one. He's just like, oh, even I looked at him like, that thing is awesome. Like, but it's the only one without a base. He's like, I don't care. The thing looks so awesome. It just called to him.
I've got this that it's available to buy. It's a bit like what Slipper was showing. It's final art from the Garbage Fan Kids.
Nice.
I don't know if anyone's interested in that. It's something I had in the scanner, and I've just come across it. It's for the boys, but that's just on like A4 paper essentially. It's not signed at the minute, but I can sign it, obviously.
If you want to auction it, bro, we'll put it up and tell us where you want to start the bidding, and we'll get that rolling.
Same with an upchuck statue.
There's never any pressure either.
Right, you don't have to sell nothing.
I've still got that upchuck.
Yeah.
We keep a reserve for you guys. You know what I mean? We don't ever want something that's a $200 piece of art to go for $30. You know what I mean? Like, if nobody's interested, nobody's interested. But we like to keep a reserve for you guys. You know.
Thank you.
Well, if you do, Retro will throw 100 right away.
Yeah, Retro's already in at 100.
But some things
He
are
likes
worth
the
more
upchuck
than that.
statue.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably for the upchuck statue.
Oh, the upchuck.
I've not got that here. It's
Yeah,
upstairs.
a few lines
That-
up. He's
That was for
the
the
upchuck
the Garbage Fan Kids.
Oh, okay.
set. I don't know if people have got this set. It was produced by Tiffany Good Guys in the groups. Great set. I've only got this card on me right now, but it's a really good set. A lot of good artists that worked on it.
Isn't her Facebook logo like Bride of Chucky?
Yes, I drew that picture.
I've looked at their stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
Bobby, did you do anything for the Battle of the Bands one that they did as well?
I didn't. No. I started with Food Fight, the same as the other Goonies, but I think Bobby Blakey started with Battle of the Bands, and I get confused with him a lot. So it might be Blakey. I think.
Oh, no, it was the band set that Tiffany and those guys did, just like that one.
No, I was in the group chat to do it, but I got that busy. I just maybe I did do one for that. I'm trying to think now. Did I?
I can't remember.
I can't remember. You end up drawing so many pictures. I'm trying to think. If I did, it'd be on my phone somewhere. I don't recall. But I know Dan did the Prodigy one, and I know I was in that group chat.
Hey, Retro. Bobby did say that he would sign the art. He said it wasn't signed yet. Bobby, we have an opening bid of $100 for the art. Is that okay, or is that?
Yeah. No, that's fine.
All right,
I mean,
so that is a live
sat in
auction.
my scanner pretty much since I did it. I mean, I take it out to scan the cards for tops, and then I'll pop it back in.
Okay.
So it's been kept nice and flat.
That is for a final artwork. We're
really
auctioning a Bobby B. Robert Ball final artwork. Show it one more time, Bobby, because we weren't sure if we were actually going to be doing that or not. So there we go. That is a final artwork. It's pretty damn cool. Bobby will sign it, he said, Retro. So we've got a $100 bid right now starting this off. Let's get back to talking to the artist while we run this. I'm going to be right back to ask you to show that again in a minute, brother. So, Greg, who's your favorite Garbage Pail Kid, bro?
Hands down, Pagan Megan.
Pagan Megan?
Yeah.
I think that's doesn't Nick Mugley collect that character as well, I think?
Yeah.
I thought
I think that's the one I liked the most as a child, and I still think it's probably one of the coolest pieces of artwork. So I'd roll with that one.
That is a pretty. I had a nice Barry Nigma, and I actually ended up trading it out to Nick because he wanted it so bad.
Yeah,
he's big on that.
That's cool, man. You know, that's that. When I collected sketches, I had quite a few, and then I had gone through a divorce a number of years ago, and I lost a bunch of stuff. But after that, I didn't really pick up my sketch. I didn't really pick up collecting sketches again. But since then, I see him all the time. You know, I'm like, man, I need to just really get back into that and kind of start stacking.
That's an under-sketched character. I'd like to see more sketches of that character, as a matter of fact, because it really does. I haven't seen a sketch of it that I didn't like yet. You know, does that make sense? Like every time I see a sketch of that character, I'm like, this one too. I love. Here's one of Andy's cards, but I love. I forget his name. I always want to say like the Rob Zombie.
Hot Rod, right?
Yeah, Hot Rod. Yeah. It reminds me of the Lost Exorcisto artwork that Rob Zombie did for their first album. A lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always take that.
That Rat Fink vibe.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. So Andy, who is your favorite Garbage Pail Kid character and why?
You know, it's funny. We actually talked about this in the Goonies chat the other day. For me, it's Upchuck. It's card 3A. And I think it's my brother's name is Chuck. And I remember when I got into Garbage Pail Kids, I finally showed him, and he was thrilled that there was a card with his name on it. So I've always liked that card. I like drawing it. I really like it. It's super simple, but it's gross. I love that one.
So here's a question for you that was raised from Jeff Zapata to Tom Bunk. So I'll throw it over to you. How do you decide what to draw in your garbage cans and your puke and your, when you've got the random, I've got to fill a mass with a mess. What's your inspiration for the mess? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. When it comes to the shaped cards and like the garbage cans or any of the shapes, I like to have a lot of fun with those. Those are always a challenge. As far as what to draw and all the puke and stuff, you just go crazy. Honestly, I put weird colors in there and just mess around with it. That's the best part, is you can just kind of have a lot of fun with it. So, but I really do like the shape cards a lot. They definitely present a challenge. I know with Vacation, they did those car shapes, and that was always cool to me. I like doing those because they were sideways, and you don't get a good chance to do a lot of horizontal cards. Mm-hmm. So I think for all my Vacation shapes, I did a lot of horizontal cards that I haven't been able to do before. So yeah, the shapes are cool. I like the shapes.
I like the books from the Bookworm series. I saw a lot of artists that did some really neat stuff with the books besides just books. I saw a few of yours where you made it into a storybook, which was neat with the pages and everything.
Yeah, I made up new titles and artists and all that. It was cool. It was fun.
Some of them just used the shape itself, as like the card, or to do a close up of just a bust kind of thing. And those are some of my favorite sketches. Some of them turned out really, really nice the way that you guys did those.
Yeah, those are fun. We always when we get the email from Topps about what the title of the new set is, we always kind of start guessing as to what the shapes are going to be, because they're really cool to do.
Hey, John, I got one of the Bookworms ones here. But...
Oh yeah, there's Nick.
You over here. Hold on.
Oh wow,
there's Nick.
I love it.
What's wrong with his face? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm telling you, it's hard to do.
That's awesome.
Missing an eye, isn't he?
He's blushing.
No.
That's why Dave has me do all the talking right there. Because when he opens his mouth.
Oh, come shit.
Come on now. Let's not go that far. All right, let me get Slip over here on the big screen. Slippa, who's your favorite character over there, brother? And also, some of the UK cards, if I'm not mistaken, are actually different names, right?
Yeah, there's some different names. Dead Ted, Creepy Terry.
You're gonna say
Such a British name. Oh man, who else is there?
There's another
You
one.
got Creepy Terry for sure.
Creepy Terry.
Hey, Slip, I found
There's another one. John, the one you won in my contest, the Bob.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's his name?
Oh, son of a gun.
Yep, that guy.
It's Cranky Frankie, but it's Bad Bob, right?
Bad Bob. There you go. Yeah.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah,
The
Cranky
one with
Frankie's Bad Bob over there. Yep.
I found the cards you did from the music one that I was talking about. The Love Music Madly.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's it. That was a really good set, man.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Yeah, favorite artists, favorite cards, got to be Def Jeff, Hot Rod, same too, John.
Yeah.
Dissect Ed for definites, and oh man, there's too many. I like the DJ one, all the hip hop ones,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the old Tom Bunk ones. Yeah, definitely Def Jeff, Dissect Ed. Third place, Hot Rod.
So, who's your favorite Garbage Pail Kid sketch artist?
Tom Bunk, of course.
Ah, all right. Is anybody out? And of course, I understand the difference between a final artwork and a sketch card, but it always amazes me the glaring difference between like the Tom Bunk finals from the OS cards to his sketch cards. It's almost like a whole different style, a totally different. If you didn't know it was the same artist, you wouldn't know it was the same artist, right?
Yeah, totally. Oh, so we're talking sketch cards, like the insert sketches.
Yeah,
and it's Bobby B. And it's Bobby B, right?
Let's see who we can offend online here.
That's a tough one. Of course, Pat. Ridiculous.
Yeah, we're working on them.
Like what Isaac, his style was so loose and amazing. Like, it's all just in the simple strokes with Isaac.
It's amazing.
It all depends on
Shane
the style.
Garvey,
Like, that's a hard question.
What's that?
Shane Garvey, of course, like for his inserts, man.
Yep, Kid Grimm. So Ryan, I'm going right down the whole panel on this. Who's your favorite sketch artist?
Mine? Oh,
You can't say yourself either. Not allowed to say Ryan Harris.
No.
Becky Sharp.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
He was
Yeah.
flexing his Becky collection to me today. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
It is a little ridiculous.
I work on Becky every single week, and she tells me she's camera shy. She doesn't like to be on camera. And I've done everything but beg Becky to please come on.
Show her what Neil did. Have her do what Neil did.
I've told her. I almost had Ermsey. Ermsey told me he's allergic to interviews, and I said we won't show your face because he's secretive, you know.
Yep.
So, Mr. Moger, who's your favorite sketch artist?
All of them.
Ah, shut up! Don't play softball, bro. You got to pick.
Some of the people in the chat cover their ears.
Nobody gets offended with this.
I don't, you know, that's a tough one. Like, I got a few of my favorite card, and my absolute favorite one was done by Dave Osvedo, but he's my buddy, but he's not my favorite artist.
Right.
I don't. It's too much to.
You're not gonna hurt feelings, bro.
I know. I'm not gonna say you, Bobby. Sorry, man.
You're too Switzerland, Dave. You're way
My
too
favorite
Switzerland.
sculptor. I'm just thinking. We'll go with my Dave card from Osvedo. That's my favorite sketch card. So I guess.
All right.
He's there until he gets dethroned.
I'll take it. Andy, who's your favorite sketch artist, brother? This I never thought to ask the sketch artist this, but I think it's kind of fun now that I have. Like, who's
Yes,
more
he's
like
panic.
Yeah, it's for me, it's hands down Chris Meeks. I think the work he does is incredibly good. Every time he releases a new set of sketch cards and he shows everybody what he was able to accomplish, it's because here's the thing: not only is he a talented artist, but he comes up with these crazy ideas, and you know he sticks to the theme of the set. They are just so good. His ink work is amazing. His line work is good. Color selection is great. He integrates that theme into it, and you know plays around with the characters, puts them in different settings. If you guys ever have a chance to look at his kind of overview of what he did for Vacation, it's just incredibly good. The dude must not eat or sleep. I don't know how he does it.
Chris is a fantastic friend of mine, and I've got something. Chris is doing something for me right now that will leave brown stains in everybody's underwear.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Not
That's gonna be
even
nuts.
believe when I come out with this, you guys will not even believe what you're looking at. I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm not going to bring myself on the screen, but I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to
throw me up on the screen quick. I want to show that Osvedo quick. I want to just show my favorite sketch. Like, this is why, like, I collect Have a Nice Dave, and I want people to do their own rendition of it. And Dave was the first one to do it like this for me, and I like just fell in love with the card.
Yeah,
I like how he switched the heads up. And then literally a couple days later, I got one from Neil Kamara, and literally Dave's head's down here and the smiley face up here. It's just like an opposite. They just go together. I love that card. That's my favorite sketch card right now. So
my favorite artist, I always say it out loud. Andy Arts is my favorite Garbage Pail Kids artist. It's not just because he's on the stream. I've publicly said it many times. I PC his stuff. I'm also blessed to be fantastic friends with Chris Meeks. I'm a huge fan of his. His artwork is absolutely amazing and fantastic. We PC Becky. We PC David Acevedo as well. But I gotta honestly say that Andy is my favorite sketch artist. I'm not even kissing his ass just because he's here. I've gone public and said this many times, so
I appreciate that, John. That's awesome.
it is what it is, man. You know I'm not lying about it. I mean, this has been I've had an Andy Arts love affair for a long time with the artwork. With the artwork. Steve Rademacher.
You don't know.
Sir.
Who's your favorite sketch artist? He's got to know some sketch artists. He's been on meeting them every week, for Christ's sake.
I know a few of them, but my favorite one is some cool cat named Ryan.
All right.
Raskolnikov. I've showed that to people. Even my brother, he wants that because the koala is his. This is my beer. Boba Fett is mine. Monkey Fast. And other people are just like, "You're a dick. How'd you get that?"
From me.
Like, I know a guy. I know a guy. No, that's my favorite sketch in my collection.
That
And I
one
have
was a
some
fun one to
Neil,
do.
some Mickey.
I
That's
told you
awesome.
to throw a koala bear in there just to fuck with you.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh my god, love it so much. Thank you.
Greg, who's your favorite sketch artist, brother?
Like current sketch artist or just like
Anybody that's worked on sketch cards, past, present, future? Like,
man, I always liked the Fred Wheaton cards.
Yeah.
You know, I like the Wheatons too, as a matter of fact. He did do some nice work on his sketches.
Like those are a lot of the cards that kind of got me into collecting sketches and stuff.
John, we're gonna sell this last lot at 131 to Retro Hero. It's been sitting up there a while. So
job,
Bobby,
Retro.
131.
Cool, yeah.
Retro
Thank you,
Hero.
Retro. I'll get that packed up safe and sent over.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know he'll showcase that on his YouTube stream.
Oh yeah. He's a good
That'll
dude.
be
He
awesome.
said my name on there and I'm honored.
Do it again.
Who's up next?
wait.
Does somebody want to throw something up? Well, it doesn't matter. Like it does. Any of you can do something if anybody wants something.
I mean, I can throw up an unofficial. That's totally fine on personal card stock. I can throw that out there for sure. Just give me a couple weeks to finish up this current GPK set, and I'll start on it.
I got an atom bomb.
Pretty
I can
much, it
throw
seems
up.
like all the guys are a couple weeks out, so that's nothing new. That is nothing new at all.
So I've lost control on being able to switch around the camera apparently here.
Hold up.
Also, it's all me.
It's all Greg now. Now it's the Greg show, everybody. So
What up, Greg? How you doing,
Hey.
buddy? Nice to meet you, man.
Leppa,
Hey, I'm glad it's off me now.
who's your favorite GPK artist, brother?
Anxiety.
I've got to go back to Tom Bunk, man. He's the legend. Can't
I
win
already
for him.
do
Yeah,
this?
he is.
Did I already do Slippa once?
Say that again?
Did I already ask you this question? Did I go back? to
Yeah,
you?
I think so, man.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I
All good,
lost
all
control
good.
real quick, and all hell broke loose over here. So hold on a minute
He
now.
said himself the first time.
Bobby B, I know I haven't talked to you on this one. Who's your favorite sketch artist, brother?
I've got a few. I mean, I'd agree with Andy. I think Chris Meeks is right up there. For
I don't
sketch
think you can
artists.
argue that. Chris Meeks, I think, is the next master Garbage Pail Kids artist. I'll go on record to
But
say that.
I'd say probably Shenders or Shendu, Vincenzo, just because he was the first one I met. Really kind of gave me the impression that I could get on board with it all, and it all worked out. And I'd also say Ricky Kipfer, just because I get on with him really well. I think he puts himself out there on his live streams, so he's up there among my favorite sketch artists. And if
Ricky's
I was to
a
pull one
lot
of his
of fun.
sketches, I'd be happy with it.
Yes,
So.
he is. He's cool.
Ricky is a lot of fun. We got to meet him in Philly. My son got to meet him in Philly too, and I like Ricky.
I've had him on here with me, John, when you weren't on. I had him on during the Shoot Droid streams. Yeah, Ricky's a good dude. I've been on his channel too. It's pretty awesome guys.
So did we figure out something to raffle? Were we back on Andy on this? Or
I got something if you want to put something up.
Who said that?
Ryan.
My screen's getting awful small over here.
Let Ryan throw something up quick. Do a quick one.
Sorry, Ryan. I didn't see what was going on because I've got little icons now. What do we got, Ryan? What do we say? Oh, okay.
That guy. Come on.
Just kidding.
I hate drawing this guy, but that's all right.
You know, I will not personally be bidding on that one because I could care about Adam Bomb. However, that is a beautiful sketch, and somebody can add it to their collection right now. What do you want to start that at, Ryan?
Let's start it at 30.
$30. Anybody want to go $30 on an original Ryan
Good, that's
Harris
what I just
Adam
put in.
Bomb sketch? Let's go.
Damn.
This guy right
I'll show
here.
the back here too. So.
Right.
If I get it though, it's gonna be in one of my prizes.
Whoa.
So I bought a card. I felt so bad. I don't know if anybody caught the Saula did a stream with Kelly Greeter the other day, and Kelly was auctioning off his wrestling cards, some of his wrestling sketches. And I despise Booker T like with a passion personally. I met the guy once. I got thrown out of the WWE event because I met him. I just don't like him. He wasn't very nice. So I actually bought a Kelly Greeter sketch card of Booker T, and I told him I'm only buying it so I can burn it on our next live stream. And he was good with that. And everybody stopped bidding. They let me win it just so I could buy it to burn on the live stream. So look out for that. That'll be coming
John,
in. You know what I
John,
mean?
there sounds like there's more of a story to it than that.
So you guys probably didn't see the wrestling stream. I'll tell you the story. So I live in Jamestown, New York, and we got an ice arena here, and we had a WWE event that was pretty big. Like Undertaker was here. There were some bigger names here, and I had won meet and greet passes on the radio station. So me and my wife got to go backstage and meet Tommy Dreamer and get autographs and stuff. Now this was back when I was young 20s, and I used to drink quite heavily. I used to do a couple of things I don't do anymore, right? So I'm not gonna lie and say I was exactly sober when I was at the meet and greet. So when we were leaving the meet and greet, they had this curtain over where the wrestlers were backstage, but I heard Booker T backstage. So I'm like, listen, it's a curtain. I know how to work a curtain, you know? So I just pushed the curtain aside and strolled up backstage, and I was like, yo, Book, you know, like, what's up? Like, it's Booker T, right? And he just flipped around. He's like, who the fuck is this kid? Someone get this fucking kid out of here right now. And like, all of a sudden I had, security guards that were talking about I'm drunk and disorderly. And I don't know if dropping some F-bombs to King Booker's quite disorderly. But so then we got thrown out of the venue. I didn't even get to see the matches. But I was outside, and some of the wrestlers were out on like this balcony, kind of waving to the crowd and stuff. And Booker T came out while I was out there. And I started heckling him and just screaming all types of obscenities at him and telling him how bad he sucked. And it was a lot of fun. It was the most fun wrestling event I didn't see. You know what I mean?
It sounds like a blast.
It was a good story. It was something that stuck with me for quite some time.
Yeah.
So real quick here, let's start down here at the bottom of my
Constance, did you mean to bid 50 or 150? John, I got to ask a question in the chat. Constance, did you mean to bid 50 or 150?
160 now.
All right, so after
150.
Okay, Constance is in at 160. So, Slippa, what do you like to do besides draw with, what do you do in the other 12 seconds of the day that you're not having a pen in your hand? What do you do to pass time personally? What's something you enjoy doing?
Yeah, I'm a hip-hop nerd. I collect it, I make it. Got a record coming out soon in about a week or so. Don't mind auctioning that off.
I actually knew that. I love when you bring up the old school albums. Like 30 years ago, Ghetto Boys was released, and I'm like, my God, I remember that. You know,
yeah, man, classic.
and you collect vinyl, don't you?
Oh yeah, loads.
I thought so. I was pretty sure that. Oh wow.
That's
Oh,
more than loads. There's got to be another word for all that.
So you just got a couple records. Your records look like my Garbage Pail Kids. You know what I mean? That's awesome. That's a great hobby to have. So, have you always collected vinyl, or is that just because vinyl's now made this new comeback? You know, this resurgence. Have you always been after vinyl?
Yeah, man. Since about 15, 16, I've been collecting them. Cassettes, CDs. I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, me too.
We all are.
I love it. Yeah, always got to be keeping busy. Music, art, some sort of project.
That's fun. Greg, what do you do besides draw and artwork, and what's your downtime like, brother?
Man, I have dogs. I take care of dogs, and I collect studio gear and records, stuff like that. You know, kind of on the same range as what Slip was talking about. You know, I've been into hip hop for a long time, so I like beat machines, drum machines, samplers, things like that. Broken or not, I'll fix them, whatever.
You know what? You and Slipper should get together and make some music, man. I remember back in the day they had the garbage. I think it was before Luis Diaz was doing the cards. They had the Garbage Parody Kids CD, and I actually wrote a couple songs that were going to be on the second CD. One was the Hip Hop Hooray that I was super proud of, and they never ended up making the second.
What?
Yeah,
I need to hear this.
Oh, did we just get music for the start of our
did it get released?
No, the Garbage Parody Kids 2 was never released. However, Garbage Parody 1 is a CD. It's called Garbage Parody Kids, and it was all songs written by the community, done to real songs music, and some of it was quite good.
Trent was on that too, wasn't he?
Bro, my Hip Hop Hooray song would have killed it. I did one to Metallica too that was
Oh man,
I did a few of them back in the day. None of them ever made because they never came out with the second one. I used to love doing that Weird Al Yankovic, you know.
That sounds rad, dude.
Look into Garbage Parody Kids. Maybe you guys need to bring that back.
I'm with that. That sounds great, actually.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Andy,
we're gonna sell this last lot, 150 to Constance. Congratulations. We'll put you in contact with Ryan afterwards.
Nice.
Thank you.
Andy, what do you do with your free time besides hunt down beautifully attractive women? Andy's got a beautiful girlfriend I just got to meet, and my God, brother. Like my wife, I tell you guys how I married up. I think Andy just got into the same situation. So congratulations to you, my friend. I know you're very happy about it. So that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely lifts you up and brings you to a place. I'm happy with that. So
yeah, she's
we got
what?
A few more minutes before we're over here, or at a 1 hour and a half mark. Does anybody want to throw one more thing up before we end it? Have one more. Last auction. That's what I'm saying.
Anybody down to auction one more thing? Anybody got something you want to sell?
I'll do a personal stock card. That's
personal
totally
stock, Andy Arts. I'm in at $50.
Woo! Woo!
Damn.
So you could, Dave, will you put that in the chat? So Andy, besides spending your free time with your lovely lady friend, what are you doing, man? How are you keeping busy?
So I collect a lot of vinyl as well. I have a record player over here to my left with a ton of vinyl in it. I go to concerts a lot. I think I've been to 8 concerts this year already. I've got a couple more lined up. I love live music. Always go to live music. But beyond that, if I'm not sketching, I'm reading. And my favorite author is Stephen King, hands down. I have a huge Stephen King collection, all of his first edition, first print run novels. I think I'm only missing 4. And they're just too expensive. They're too expensive for me to get. Someday I'll get them. But my best GPK thing that I have, I'm going to show you guys this. I put it to the side here because I wanted to show this off. I'm proud of it. When one of the horror sets came out, they did a Stephen King card. Angstrom actually did a Stephen King card, and I was thrilled to see that. Friend of a friend somehow lives next to Stephen King. Got a hold of him, and months went by, and I got this. And I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Awesome.
congratulations! I hear
So
he's
I
a
have
super
an
nice guy.
A and B card for the Stephen King, actually signed by Stephen King, and he does not sign often at all. He doesn't
That's
do it
big
anymore.
enough.
So
Just
this
for
is,
his neighbors.
this is my grail right here. I really want the final art for this card, but I think it got sold, which stinks. So that's like the one thing that I want is that final art for that card.
Wow.
Maybe I'll get it someday. I don't know.
What's your favorite Stephen King book? I used when I was young, when I was in high school, it was like when Stephen King blew up. You know what I mean? You were the same age. You know what I'm talking about. And I used to read his stuff religiously.
It's got to be the Dark Tower series, the whole series. The Dark Tower is incredible. It's just such a masterpiece, and it's not really horror. It's kind of a fantasy novel. Dark Tower, hands down, really
See,
really good.
I was a big fan of Different Seasons because it's 4 short stories, and what people don't realize is I think all 4 of them were made into movies.
Yep.
I was very upset with Apt Pupil because that was one of my favorite books. That was one of my favorite stories was Apt Pupil because the movie and the book are so different, and they really butchered that movie out because the book was magical, and it's such a short read. It's not something that you have to like. The Dark Towers, you know, it's a novel, bro. You know, but Different Seasons, you could blaze through one of the whole stories in a night.
Oh yeah,
and man, there was something about that book that every one of the short stories, I was just like, wow, you know, like Shawshank Redemption was part of that, correct? So Shawshank Redemption, which was a 3-hour masterpiece movie, I did like that movie. They stuck pretty well to the book, but the book itself is only about yay thick.
Yeah,
it's a very short. It's one of 4 books in the same book, as a matter of fact. And the book is called Different Seasons. And if you're not familiar with Stephen King and don't read Stephen King, I would advise you to start with that book and just try it out because it's a great way to not have to get too involved and still keep it interesting and flipping through. So,
agreed. It's great. Love it.
Let me see here. Let me grab. We're just about out of time. We'd like to keep it right around an hour and a half, but I want to grab Bobby B over here quick. I don't think I ever asked you, Bobby, besides your sculpturing, your artwork, and all this and that, what do you do for fun, brother?
That's pretty much it, to be honest. I like to walk and explore. Not that I can walk that far from, in the UK. It's such a small place. I've almost seen everything there is to see here. Literally, because my job took me all over the UK, Ireland, Jersey, Guernsey, and I've walked them all for the most part. But so I do enjoy just wandering around, seeing things, learning things. I love to learn anything and everything. Something that I don't know interests me immediately. But generally, drawing, sculpting, I'll kind of hop from one to the other. So if I get bored of drawing, I'll just start sculpting, and if I get bored of sculpting, I'll paint, or then I'll go back to drawing. It's I always try to keep everything fun, so even if I get bored of all 3, I'll try and invent something, or I'll just literally try to make something. Like I wanted to make a pinball table, but a Garbage Pail Kid one, but I ended up thinking it's going to cost too much to make, and it'd never end up selling like most of the things I make. So I've paused myself on that one. But that is something I want to do at some point. A real cool one where you've got to bounce balls and to jump through John's mouth and have teeth spin. Just do random stuff like that. But random stuff is my hobby.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do any of you artists collect anything strange besides records and Garbage Pail Kids? Do you have any? Because I found that a lot of us usually have. It goes beyond Garbage Pail Kids, and it's usually something obscure that you're like, I collect this 19, old school, whatever it might be, porcelain figures or something crazy. You know what I mean? Do any of you guys collect anything funny like that?
Money.
Funny.
I wish I could collect money. I'm awful at collecting money. I keep letting it go.
Old tattoo flash, from turn of the century. That's about as obscure as it gets, really, for me.
Well, I've totally lost control of how to get you guys back and forth on screen. It doesn't seem
Oh,
to
we're
want to
good.
listen
This is
to what
the
I'm
good.
doing.
This is the good ending panel.
Yep. All right.
So we're at 55 to Ryan. Do we have any other bids before we wrap this one up?
You guys know I'm going to put a lot of time into this. I don't mess around. I take my time on these.
Yeah, you're in good hands.
55. Other than that, John, you're muted.
It's because for some reason everything was like 30 seconds behind. I'd move a panel over and then it would move 30 seconds after I moved another one over already, and then I muted. Yeah. Anyways, so this is about when we like to wrap it up here. We don't like taking too much of your time. I see Ryan's in at 55. I'm gonna drop out of this one because I'm gonna hit Andy up for. I've got to make him free up some time to do something special for me. You know what I'm talking about, Andy.
Yep.
I've been patient, brother. We got to talk about that. Thank you to all of our artists that came on. Andy Arts, always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. Ryan Harris, one of our resident artists, is on with us every week. Usually, we love seeing what you're doing. We're getting you in. We're getting you in. We're gonna get you made, brother. You're gonna be that
him
guy.
and Brian. Both them guys.
That's right. Brian's on here too, right? I just saw you pop in. Greg Tilson, nice to meet you face to face, brother.
Likewise.
Awesome, Brian.
I love your style. I mean, just keep doing what you guys are doing for sure. Our boy Steve Rademacher's always here with us, family right there. I mean, this is hosting family.
How many beers you get down today, Steve?
4.
That's it.
That's not a bad pace. That's all right.
No, that's
Respectable.
terrible for him.
Mr. Slippa Shervaskus. Am I pronouncing your last name right? Is it Chervaskus or Shervaskus?
I say Chervaskus.
Yeah, hard CH. I thought so. I always know the hard.
But it's a made-up name, man. Say it however you like.
It was a pleasure talking to you, brother. Again, I'm a fan of your work. I mean, I can't show this comic enough. I love this comic cover.
Appreciate you, man.
Man, we appreciate you guys. So, Bobby B, another resident artist who's on with us constantly. You know we love you, brother.
Thank you.
And again, everybody that was on here, if you're not working on the Garbage Chute Droid set, get in touch with Adam Marks. Adam would love to talk to you guys. He's a fantastic person. His product is freaking top of the line. I'm not making that. I wouldn't push shit on you guys. Like, his stuff is top of the line. So, Brian, what are you working on? I didn't give you any time. I didn't even see you pop in, brother.
No, that's okay. No, I was showing it my first time playing around with Mad Balls, but I've got a whole bunch of these covers. So I've got like these and Origins and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm just kind of playing around, just doodling. But yeah, I can't say enough about the Garbage Chute Droids too, John. Like they're a blast to draw. They're a lot of fun. Getting to see everybody else's work. Fox, Lang, there's some powerhouses in that group.
And like I said, I love that all you guys get a chance to have cards in the set. It's not like we got one final artist set and we just want you guys to sketch cards because that's all we want. You know what I mean? I love seeing everybody's work, and the stock is quality. I mean, it's just a quality set. So, my boy Dave Mulger, what can we say about you? You're the grandfather, man.
Nothing.
My partner in crime, my boy, my brother from another mother.
I'm about to go host my neighbors and have an NBA Jam tournament and drink my own 12-pack of beer. So I'm itching to get out of here myself. So
hey, all right. Well, listen, that's all we got this week. I think we're there. We're good. If you won something from one of the artists, please get in touch with that artist directly, or get in touch with Dave or I if you're the artist or the buyer. We're happy to hook you guys up with each other. We appreciate everybody that came out for the stream today. You know, we're trying to build on this a little bit and get everybody out there. Look for our stream next weekend. God only knows who we might have on, but we'll start working on it probably today.
Tomorrow.
On that, I'm out of here.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks everybody
later, guys.
for popping in
Have a
again.
good day.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
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 All right.